everybody. Turn the phones on so you can call today. 859. What's the number again? 859 355 9002. Hey everybody. Welcome to Q&A. Sorry about my stuff on my board falling off. So on Thursday, that's the theme for the day today. So on Thursdays, every Thursday we have a training session here at Thoroughbreds. We just kind of run through some new products or just basically whatever the guys want to train on. So this Thursday, we were actually talking about some winter weather stuff that you can do for your truck. Talking about the importance of testing your batteries before wintertime, checking your glow plugs, your relays, so on and so forth. So maybe that'll be our theme today. Winter weather advice. Got down to, what did it get down to last night? 18 degrees here in Kentucky, which is ridiculous.
It
was
10 this morning when I left.
I don't know, but when I went out in the barn today to feed my cats, they all looked at me like I was crazier than hell. So I guess that means it's too cold.
We'll start doing that. I kind of like that. It's a little add-in for our intro. We'll start talking about whatever we trained on that week.
Here's our theme for the day.
Yeah.
Ellie came by to see us today. She found out that I had taken a plate out of the house and forgot to take the plate back, so got my butt chewed out for that. That's pretty much about all that's going on. We went to PRI. PRI was great. We had a good show at PRI. We got to see a lot of people, a lot of our friends in the industry. Yeah.
All right, we got a first truck question. You want to go? Or you got
Truck, let's go.
More stuff you want to talk about?
No.
9973 Crew Cab Dually. Recommended intake. I have a Wicked Wheel and a TS 6-position chip. What should be my next step? Tell you what, I can already tell this is going to be a day where I'm going to struggle on the reading of the words.
The consonants and the vowels.
Yeah.
So, we like all the intakes. I'll just throw a couple names out there to you. S&B is an excellent intake. Actually, S&B has a clear plexiglass cover so you can always see the status of your filter when you lift the hood on the truck. We carry all the major brands. We carry Engine. Engine is a very good intake. AFE has got a really good intake. AFE has got several different series. They've got stage 1 and closed intakes, open intakes. So, I think that about all the intakes are going to be a nice upgrade for you. I have S&B on my truck, so maybe S&B is a way for you to go. Take a look at it on other trucks and see what you think. So, any of them would be good. I guess that's the thing. Oiled filter versus dry filter. I like an oiled filter, lifetime filter on most of the oil filtered kits. You just clean them, oil them, and go. Don't have any mass airflow problems like they used to talk about all the time. Sometimes if you over oil it, you can, but
usually it's user error.
Yeah, it's user error usually.
A lot of people buy 2 filters. That's a cool trick. Nobody tells you really.
Yeah.
Buy a spare replacement filter because it takes. Most of them to really oil them right so that you don't screw up the mass airflow sensor. It takes about 24 or 48 hours for it to let it seep and.
So S&B is a good example of that. What Adam's saying is it's nice to have a backup filter while you're cleaning your other filter. Not only because when you use degreaser on the filter, it's going to take a while for the filter element to actually dry. So we would suggest you to buy a dry filter or a backup filter to be able to put on your truck to run, to be able to do its job completely. So degrease your filter, spray it out, wash it out, dry it real well, and then when you do your oiling process with S&B, they actually there is a certain amount of oil in grams, and they will tell you for your filter how much oil you put on it, and you actually put the oil in the pleats of the filter and then turn the filter upside down so that the oil can saturate the pleats. So that process takes a little while. There's you've got to cover the pleats a couple different times. So
you can just get one of those dry filters. And
that way you can rock on.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the dry filter going up when it's sitting in the garage or anything like that. It's just ready to go.
Yeah. That way, if you're doing your filter on a Saturday afternoon and you think you've got plenty of time to make it happen, and your old lady comes yelling out of the house and she needs you to go have a baby at the hospital, you can do that. So.
All right, that answered the intake question. What would be your next step on a 7.3
on that truck?
99.73 TS position. See, I told you the words.
Yeah.
They're
so he's got a TS and he's looking
at
an intake and a wicked wheel.
What else would you recommend?
Exhaust. If you haven't done exhaust, go ahead and do exhaust. There's a lot more out there. ADR, the diesel sight pump. Gosh, dog, I'm having trouble with words today. Hot rod pump or a enhanced high pressure oil pump. You're really gonna like that. That would be the next step that I would do. Do an enhanced oil pump. My suggestion is adrenaline. Do that because that will help you to pack your 140 horsepower too. Whew, on the TS, even better. So,
what's your number?
859-355-9002.
Apparently, Burnett was trying to put a Santa mask on you. That's what he was just messaging me.
Was it? Okay, well, that's great.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing we've ever done to you. Probably turning you into a leprechaun at one time.
Yeah.
That's up there. You weren't real happy about that.
That's all right.
All right, 01 Ford F-250.
A lot of Ford guys today.
Yeah, battery's new.
Yeah.
All glow plugs. I guess
Good.
it's mean all glow plugs are new. Still working hard to start. Fuel pressure seems a little low.
Cold morning. Fuel pressure regulator. Check your regulator. Make sure you've got good fuel pressure. You want to check the relays and make sure that you're getting power to your glow plugs. Your glow plugs are working. Okay. Or your glow plugs are good. Well, that's all fine. But you want to make sure that you're getting power to the glow plug. So check both the relay going to the glow plug and the other relay that's in that system that's right beside of it on 7.3. That is for the intake air heater. Check it. Make sure you're getting power to it and thereby getting power to your intake air heater that is on the intake. So Thoroughbreds this way.
Yeah, you have posts on Facebook for calls with questions.
That's it, man. How are you today?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. Doing good, man.
I've got my first diesel pickup I've had about a year. Halfway familiar with them, but there's still a lot I don't know.
Okay.
It's a 2004 LLY Duramax. And it's never had no programmer or anything done to its bone stock and been treated pretty good its entire life.
Right.
It had 220 in it. Now, as it started, I'm up here in Missouri, as it started cooling off on me.
Right.
I noticed it started up with little weeds. She just didn't kick over real good and fast like you used to. I put a set of batteries in it, which you needed, and it helped a lot. But here the past couple real cold mornings I've got into it. I love my glow plug cycle. I've never plugged trucking before. I'm not plugging it in.
Yeah.
I love my glow plug cycle, kick her over, and I get a puff of white smoke just on start a good puff of white smoke.
Okay.
And, then it's gotten as bad as it kicking back and knocking on me a little bit like a lot older diesel, and then I got a really big haze of
white
white
smoke.
Yeah. There's a whole cloud, and I'm fearing that it's not an injector problem. I'm wondering if that could actually be a glow plug problem.
I tell you, it could. Tell you a real quick and easy way to test all your glow plugs. Do you have a test light?
Yes, I do.
So to test your glow plugs, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a test light and hook the alligator clip into the test light actually to the positive side of your battery, and then go through each one of your glow plugs and touch the end of the glow plugs. Oh man, Keystone's calling. Gosh, dog. Touch the end of the glow plugs, where the nut and the wire are on, to make sure that the glow plugs themselves are good. I don't think you've got that many glow plugs that could be bad, that could cause this kind of a problem, but it's definitely worth a shot. Are you getting any glow plug controller codes or anything of that nature?
No, I had check engine light come on at one point in time after I put a new instrument cluster in it. It went away and never come back on, and I ran a code scan tool on it, and I had no codes.
Okay. Is your check engine light on now?
No, it went off and it stayed off.
Okay. Do you have, how long has it been since you changed your fuel filter on the truck?
I probably only got 4,000 miles on this filter.
Okay.
If that.
Okay. Well, that's good. Your all's weather is a lot like ours. I know it is super cold right now for us, but most of our, most nights you come out, you go start your truck in the morning, it's 20, 30 degrees is, the norm. There'll be a few days that are, in the teens and down to zero. So that's what I would do first. I would go through and test your glow plugs individually and see what you've got right there. And then if you change your batteries and both batteries are good and both batteries are load testing well, You may want to check to see if you are getting. Also, you want to make sure that you're getting power to the glow plugs as well. So take your inner fender well out. Turn the truck to the run position, especially when you know you're going to have a long wait to start lamp, like first thing in the morning. Do it on a Saturday, have your wife do it, and then be down there with a test light, this time with a test light hooked up to the alligator end to the negative side of the battery, and then just make sure that you're getting power to the glow plugs.
Okay.
If you're not getting any power to the glow plugs, then I would suspect the glow plug controller.
Okay. All right, that helps there. Is those signs I told you about, is that symptoms of injectors going out possibly then?
The white puff of smoke, when you've got a couple of extra revolutions of the motor when you're starting it, be it cold or whether it's not cold, you're going to have unburnt fuel. Unburnt fuel in that kind of a quantity is in the piston bowl it's going to smoke white. That's just the nature of the beast. Incomplete combustion, it's okay. I don't know that you got I can't say that you don't have an injector problem. Another thing you would want to do there is after you get the truck up to temperature, you would want to run it up, run a balance rates test on the injectors and see how your balance rates are. But LOIs are known to have some injector problems. They're also known to have CP3 problems. I tell you another thing to check, and you were talking about the truck rattling and bumping. On the LLYs, around the alternator on the passenger side of the truck, you want to make sure that you check your wiring harness there and shake it on some days when it rattles and bucks and jumps. Shake that harness right there and see if you've got any chafed wires. That's very, very common to have chafed wire in that harness. That could be causing your problem too. So you may have a couple of things going on, but let's start with checking your glow plugs, making sure number one, you're getting power to them. Number two, that all your glow plugs are good.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, man. If you need anything else, just give us a call.
Just another question I was throwing around
sorry.
my mind is, I said it's got 220 on it. And I'm considering putting a programmer on it, not a EFI Live, just a simple, like, Bully Dog programmer. Is that, you think I'm looking at a lot of problems there, flirting disasters in miles?
You're not flirting with any type of disaster, but it's all relative to how you drive the truck as well. We talk about that all the time. Obviously, Allisons are only good to about 450 horsepower before you start getting some limping issues, especially when you are towing. You're going to want to watch that. If you buy a tuner, and it doesn't matter which one you buy, Hypertech, Bully Dog, so on and so forth, all the companies out there make good can tunes. If you use a can tune, you're just going to want to make sure that that you're conscious of your driving style in regards to your transmission. Engine-wise, I think you're okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Wade.
All right, man.
For information.
Hey, no problem. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, sir. What is it, Dylan? Dylan? What is it, Dylan?
Just say hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, hey, how are you today?
Oh, I'm great, JT. How are you? This is JT.
Why's it got to be JT there, Wade?
Buddy, I'm just telling you what your name is.
We explained about testing the batteries, load testing, and all that, and what we need to look for in the colder climates there.
Yeah, I could tell them about how it's that we've got that new testing equipment they need to try out called Mind Your Own Damn Business.
Yeah, something that you've come pretty quick to, isn't it?
Yeah, I will talk to them about loading and testing their batteries. I've already done that.
Oh, my bad, man. Some of us got jobs and don't get to play around on the internet all day.
Some of us, this is our job.
Yeah, this is our job. Goodbye. Maria, give us a call, 859-355-9002. I know that you're chomping at the bit to get in here so we can talk today in this Merry Christmas season. Any questions out there?
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, goodness. This is a cluster today. In 2012, Dodge Ram Death Wobble. How to fix. Everything has been replaced with new parts. Still won't fix it.
Okay. I will answer that.
We'll
2012 Death Wobble. Hello.
Hi, is this Wade?
This is Wade.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I think I'm getting ready to be awesome.
I have a question on the AFE fuel pump.
Oh, please, caller, tell us how we can help you with your AFE fuel pumps.
Can you tell me what kind of seals they use and if they're compatible with most diesel and biodiesel fuels?
Oh, absolutely. Anything else, caller?
Have you ever installed one of these?
I have.
And what do you think about them?
What would I think about them specifically? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang up and I'll answer your question. How about that? The AFE uses Viton O-ring seal, so it's compatible with all types of fuel. But the pump itself specifically is made for diesel fuel. Really nice install on it.
Answer it, put them on hold.
Thoroughbreds this way. Can I help you?
Hey, Woody, how you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Mariah, she's gonna kill
I
me.
was looking to get some advice.
Okay.
I have a 2016 Duramax LML.
Uh-huh.
I've got 5-inch Flow Pro, PPE, high flow headers, up pipes, full EGR delete.
What year was the truck again?
2016.
Okay.
CP3 dual fuel over a CP4.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to upgrade the turbo.
Okay. Are you running stock turbo right now?
Yeah, I'm on the stock turbo.
Okay.
Motor Ops Auto Cal tunes.
Okay.
So I want to do the turbo and injectors.
Okay.
But I just don't know how big of an injector to go and how to match that up with the right turbo. I was looking at the Stealth 64 on your site.
What is your horsepower goal?
Fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, fun, but I do tow a 35-foot toy hauler with the truck as well.
Are you going to be doing? Are you looking to be at a horsepower? Are you looking to be at a horsepower level that you don't want to have to worry about any bottom end work on the motor?
Exactly.
Okay. So I can speak to that just a little bit, man. I think that I think you're spot on your turbo choice. We've heard really good stuff about the Duramax Tuner LML, the drop-in turbo. I think that's going to, obviously with a 64 mil compressor, that's probably going to support you up to, I would think that you would be able to get 750 horsepower out of it with the proper tuning. Obviously that's a drop-in turbo. I think that's exactly the way to go. If you're looking to go up in an injector, you've got enough supporting fuel for that with the CP3 over the CP4. You've got plenty of fuel to support whatever you want to do. I think that's going to be up to you. I think that this turbo is going to spool for you, even if you do a light set of injectors, 50 horsepower, let's say. If you do a light set of injectors, I don't know that injectors are necessarily going to be completely necessary for you. I think you're going to be able to do the turbo, work with Duramax Tuner on your tunes, let them stretch out their duration just a little bit and see how much horsepower they can get out of the truck for you. So you've got all the supporting mods, I guess, basically, and to summarize it, you have all the supporting mods to support that turbo. A little work with Duramax Tuner on your tune, get a little bit more duration out of it. You're going to be probably really pleased with the truck, and if you're not, then go into nozzles or injectors on injector side.
Okay, great. So the stock injector should handle just fine with that setup.
I think that you've got more. I don't know how your tune's set up, man, and I don't mean to be speaking out of school here. You may have already had some custom tuning work done, but if you've got a few more microseconds to be able to drop in there, as far as spray duration goes, I think that they can match you up to the turbo perfectly. I have full confidence in that.
Awesome. Thank you very much, mate.
Okay, man. That might save you a little bit of money, and if you decide to go with injectors, just let us know. We'll be glad to help you. If you do decide to go with injectors, I think all the products that we offer are all good stuff. S&S is really hot right now, so maybe look at an S&S offering. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, sounds great. And then also, do you recommend? I also have a set of head studs in my cart on your site. Do you recommend me changing those out as well?
I think with proper drive pressure, man, there's so much to that. That's kind of a catch-22 question, man. It's set up correctly. If your drive pressure is correct, I think you're safe on stock head bolts. But it's all relative to how you drive. If you've got the head bolts there and you're willing to do the head bolts, go on and do the ARPs, man, for sure. That just gives you that much more room to grow.
Sounds great. I wasn't sure. I was looking on your site. Do you guys have head gaskets?
Yes, I do. I have. Right now, we've got the Molly offering, so that's what I'm carrying right now.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Wade. I appreciate that.
No problem. Good talking to you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. So more about the AFE fuel pump. The AFE fuel pump, what is it? DS750. We actually did an install on that pump on our website. If you go to AFE and you go for the AFE fuel pump, you can check out the install video that we did. Didn't have any problems. Contrary to popular belief, it went well. Nice pump if you're looking for a AFE fuel pump. Viton O-rings. That was right. They're Viton.
Yeah, it was. I liked your comment. It's
Yeah.
a nice pump if you're looking for an
Yeah, if you're looking for an AFE fuel pump, the AFE fuel pump is a great one.
it
Fits the bill perfectly.
I'm on my band.
Okay, can talk about the death wobble on the guy?
Yeah, do that. Then I've got
One thing to check on your death wobble, and a lot of people, this goes unchecked, and I don't know why that is, but rotate your tires and check your tires. You can have a tire with a belt broken in it or whatever it is that goes on in tires. I've seen this happen before. Guys put track bar, ball joints, everything on the truck. They've got everything sure, and they still got a death wobble. Every time they go down the road, they hit a bridge, lip, or any kind of bump in the road, boom, you still got it. I've seen it be tires 3 or 4 times. Check your tires. If you got bald tires, try a different tire on the truck. If you still got a death wobble, then you just got to go back in. A track bar is one of the biggest causes of the death wobble. Make sure that you are checking your track bar properly. You want to start the truck, have somebody in the truck turning your steering wheel all the way both sides, and then you want to watch both ends of that track bar. If the track bar moves inside of either one of those bolts, track bar, no bueno.
Alright. I'm getting on my bandwagon. I haven't been on it in a while.
Let's go.
You hollered at me real good. You know what my bandwagon is going to be?
Oh, man.
It's been a while since I fussed about it.
What's better pump, air dog or fast?
No.
No?
Somebody commented, and Steven, I'm not getting on this just to give you a hard time, but we get this so many times, and sometimes you just need to say, hey, this is. Steven said, EFI Live is the best, no programmers. Will you explain why that drives me crazy?
Okay.
People, please.
So,
and in your own words.
So, a lot of people, and I don't know why this keeps continuing to happen, but I think that's the problem with everybody thinks that if you buy a tuner, EFI Live is simply a platform, just like Dell is a computer or Chevrolet is a truck or so on and so forth. And that was probably a terrible example, but it's just a platform by which,
like Windows,
Windows, yeah. But it's just a platform by which a tune is written. But what we sell in a couple of different tuners, Duramax tuner, Calibrated Power, Gorilla. Those are just some of the examples of the many that are out there that are tuners, tuning companies that offer preloaded tuning options that are created with EFI Live. That is it. So just because a person has a can tuner on their truck, let's just say a Bully Dog, for example, doesn't necessarily mean that they need to go into EFI Live. But if there's something in particular that you're needing, if you're needing something that you can't get from a pre-packaged or what we call can tunes, then you need to look at either buying a tuner that is built with an EFI or an HP Tuners platform so you can get the custom modifications that you need, or B, looking to become someone that wants to write their own tunes. If you want to take your stock file of your truck, pull it out, and you want to modify it and see if you can do that, then by all means you can use HP Tuners or EFI Live to do that. So that's the difference. Is EFI Live or any type of a custom tuning platform, something that is going to get you there faster. If you are at 400 horsepower and you are going to make necessary modifications to try to take your truck to 800 horsepower, you're going to have some sort of a tuning option. MM3 from Smarty. So I don't want to leave anybody out. HP tuners, EFI Live, any of those. That's what you have to do because it goes above and beyond. But if you're a guy that doesn't want that, if you just want a little bit more power, a little bit better fuel mileage, the can tuning's fine for you. So, did it do all right with that?
Yes. I'm going to ask one more follow-up. What's the difference between a can tune and an auto cal?
So auto cal is actually the hardware device that you will load an EFI Live based tune onto a truck. So we call, or the small device is called an auto cal. They have a little bit bigger device called a V2. Really, there's a couple of differences between functionalities between the two of them, but both of those are the devices that the EFI Live based tunes are loaded onto the vehicle. So right now, here's a perfect example. HP tuners. If you decide to do your tuning with an HP tuners platform, you can buy an Edge Insight. That is the Insight Pro. You get the HP tuners tune, and it is uploaded to the truck via the Edge device. Smarty Touch. If you use Smarty UDC or MM3, if you do tuning inside of that platform, you will be uploading it with a Smarty Touch. So it is just the device that the tunes go. They go onto your truck's ECM with. There it is.
You did pretty good on that.
Thank you.
All right. There's actually a little bit of a comment fight going on over this right now, so we'll jump down to this question. I'm on a budget. What's first, intake or exhaust on a 2005 Dodge?
Intake just based on, because you're not only are you going to get a performance difference, albeit small, but you're also going to get a sound difference, and that's going to be something that you enjoy. It's going to bring you more enjoyment to your truck. So, exhaust, 100%, for sure.
You would do exhaust first?
Yeah, because you're getting a gain and aesthetics, not aesthetics, but sound. Thoroughbred's this way. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm just calling with a question about a 7.3.
Sure.
So if I bought full force stage 1 injectors, single shots because it's an OBS.
Wait a minute. What year truck was it?
Do what?
What year truck did you say it was?
It's a 97.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said 01. Sorry about that, man.
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah.
So if I have the TS chip and it says it needs custom tuning for those injectors, and I'm assuming that just needs a chip. So I'm sure my chip will work for what I wanted to do with it, but I'm just worried about whether or not it's going to blow the motor.
Okay.
If I don't have anything else done, I have an intake, I have a 4-inch exhaust.
Yeah.
With the round down pipe, then I have those injectors, then nothing else done to it besides the chip.
You would want to get with full force and let those guys direct you to what tune they want you to run, and if they can get you that tune and it's totally downloadable to a TS chip, then they will either sell it to you, or if you bought the injectors from them. And I don't want to speak for full force, but they may give you the tune. You know what I mean? They may just they may just give you the tune, tell you to send your chip to them. They'll burn the tunes on it, and then they'll send it back to you. I don't know that that's what they'll do, but that could be the case. It may be PHP tuning. In that case, what they can do is they could actually just email you the files, and then you could upload it onto the PHP. You would have to buy Power Hungry tuning, so on and so forth. If those avenues come to, and I don't have any tuning for full force injectors. If it takes a specific tune, I don't know what parameters they're asking for. If it was swamps, I could tell you. Gearhead, I wish I had the guy's number. Gearhead Performance. I've met the guy a couple times. He's a real nice guy. He may be somebody that you might want to reach out to help you with custom tuning on your TS chip, and he can totally do that for a TS chip for you. I don't know what his charge is for the service, but he may be your last ditch effort there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just because the stock ones are 90 cc's, I believe, and these are 165s. I just didn't want to go put them in and haul ass down the road, just trying to try them out, and then boom, off goes the head.
Are you doing? Are you running stock oil pump
Yeah, but I'm getting the adrenaline. I'm buying that next paycheck.
All right, perfect, man. With that kind of ability out of those injectors and with tuning on top of it, man, you're definitely going to need a high pressure oil pump. So yeah, I think you're going the right way, man. Get with Full Force, and I'm sure they're going to be glad to help you, man. I've heard good stuff about that company. I'm sure they will be more than happy to help you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Have a good day. Thank you. See you, bud.
Bye.
All right, let's go back to that last question because I think you answered yes, and it wasn't a yes or no question.
I answered exhaust, wasn't it? Oh, well, did I answer yes?
Now Wes McFarland's calling me. Yes, sir. Yeah. I printed. We're in the middle
So
of
Wes
Q&A.
is calling. Wes is our core guy.
Yeah.
So if any of y'all have any cores, Wes is the guy that you usually talk to on that.
All right. It was a 2005 Dodge. He said, should he, on a budget, if he's only doing one, should he do intake and exhaust? You said intake, and then the phone rang, and you said exhaust.
Yeah.
So which
okay.
one would you do first? If you were going to put money, you're only spending one of them.
Exhaust.
All right,
because
so let me follow up with the next things that have happened after that since then. Yeah. So since that, they got in an argument over here, a couple people did, on whether it should be 4-inch or 5-inch. 4-inch straight with a muffler, or otherwise. Talk a little bit about 4 or 5-inch on there.
Let me tell you about 5.9s and between 4-inch and 5-inch, and I promise you, what I'm about to deliver to the masses right here is the gospel, not the gospel as you know it, but it's the gospel of 4 to 5-inch. And this is, I promise you all, this is it. Okay, if you don't give a damn about having a conversation in your vehicle with another human being, and all you like is loud, aggravating sounds like this, you totally get a 5-inch exhaust. No muffler. That's totally what you do. And the beauty, the beauty of putting a 5-inch exhaust on your truck is the harder you load a common rail 5.9, the louder the damn thing's going to get, and it is going to resonate inside the cabin. It is going to be absolutely excruciating for any normal human being. But you know what? It's your truck, and if that's what you like, then that's what you do. Now, if you are someone that just wants something that sounds good and crisp and nice, and you can just tell when it goes by, it's got an exhaust on it, you want to go with a 4-inch exhaust. You go with a 4-inch exhaust, and if you want to be able to have conversations with your wife, or maybe you want your kids to be able to sleep in the back seat, you're going to want to go with a 4-inch with a muffler.
The muffler actually has a deeper sound.
It's got a little bit deeper sound, and it keeps some of the resonation out of the cab. So that's it. I mean, the guys, I don't even know what Adam's seeing in the comments, but I can only imagine what you guys are saying. But the guys that have got 5-inch and they love it for a reason, because they love to hear all the damn time. But if you don't want to hear that, and that's literally what you're going to hear, especially if you've got a regular cab, and if you ever get real froggy and you decide you want to put a stack in your bed, you're really, really going to love those sounds. So.
They followed that up talking about that, and this is something that I've always, it's kind of fuzzy, but they said you don't need a 5-inch until you have 500, 600 horsepower.
Yeah, and it does.
How much restriction would a 4-inch exhaust really put on an engine that big? If you get to the point that you're doing that,
I think you've already flown past it and gone into a turbo that has got a completely different, exhaust housing size than a normal HX40. When you've come to a point in your EGT level that you know that you need to go from a 4-inch downpipe to a 5-inch downpipe, that's when you need to go ahead and take it for 5-inch. So what's a horsepower number, like Adam said? What's a horsepower number that I want to think about 5-inch? I'm going to say 600 horse.
Is it really, or should it not just be an EGT number? That's what's always blown my mind about it. Everybody wants to go horsepower when it should really be...
It really needs to be an EGT number, and even then, the drop is going to be minimal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you kind of fight. We always talk about that. What's the time to do it? And there's levels that it needs to be done. But with today's tuning, EGTs can be controlled so much just via tuning. So it's really not a 4 and 5-inch deal anymore. And man, it's really a comfort thing. And guys, you all that if you're even on the fence about whether you want a loud truck, don't even think about putting a 5-inch on a Comarel 5.9. It is going to be super, super loud. 6.7s, you're okay. 6.7 is a different motor. It moves air differently. It's just got a different sound, and it's just a completely different engine. You can put a 5-inch on a 6.7 and not be nearly as loud as it is in a damn 5.9. That's it, man.
Good job. We're going to get back to good mechanical questions.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
When doing an EGR delete on an LML, should I put in gaskets as well or just reuse the old ones?
It depends on where he's talking about that. No.
A couple of different locations.
Yeah, a couple of different locations there. No, I would want you to go ahead and use new gaskets, especially. I think everything on that is are reusable style. They're like that chintzy, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. It's a composite. It's not a metal. It's not a paper. It's a composite between the two. They're actually engineered to be reused if you so choose to do. But that's a job that's a little bit rougher. Go ahead and put new gaskets on it.
Are they expensive?
No.
So it's one of those things like
no, it's no question.
Why risk it?
Yeah, why risk it? Yeah.
All right. I'm looking into compounds for my 12-valve standard to help with lag and lower EG tiers during daily tow loads. What internals should I be looking into?
For his engine?
Yes.
Well, you've already got, everybody talks about 12-valve rods. You've already got a very stout rod in that truck. Just depending on how much timing that you're going to be running. I don't think you're going to be burning a crown off of a piston. I think bottom end, whatever your horsepower number is, will dictate how much farther you want to go. If you're going to go above 800 horsepower, then you're probably going to want to look at doing something a little bit different. If you're not going to go above 800 horsepower, I think you're okay. That's a hard number to put something on. It's all relative to how you drive it. I've seen kids take 300 horsepower trucks and just absolutely tear them up like a rubber animal. It's just crazy. Just shred a motor. Condition of the motor going into it. There's a lot of different things that are factoring in there. But yeah, I think if you are confident in the integrity of the motor, 800 horsepower probably your number that you want to start thinking about rods and pistons. La 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 la.
What do you know about Power Hungry Performance Hydra for a 2001 7.3?
Awesome stuff. Really like it. We have it on the website. We've offered Power Hungry for quite a long time. It's as close to, if you're not going to be dabbling in custom tuning, they have so many different tunes that you can choose from. You can choose from, lobe tunes, smoke tunes, so on and so forth. Their tune library is very extensive. You'll really enjoy it, and you'll enjoy tweaking around with it and picking the tunes that work best for your truck. I always suggest Power Hungry. If somebody calls me and they give me two choices, TS and Power Hungry, I'm going to go with Power Hungry just because it just gives me more room to work. Not because TS is bad. TS is excellent tuning. Power Hungry because I've got more options.
You got anything else?
I don't have a whole lot.
I feel like we covered a lot today. We're going to wrap up. Unless somebody has a question, we'll give a few seconds.
Just want to take a minute to thank Maria for calling. I think the highlight of our day was probably Maria calling, and we had other guys calling in, so we weren't able to take it in quite the comedy direction that it needed to go in. But
we enjoy the calls.
Yeah, we enjoyed having the calls for sure. Tell them bye, Wade.
Yeah,
over there.
Tell them bye, Wade.
Bye, Wade. Thanks, guys.